In this video, I'd like to cover using our little GEELYs to power our house in case of an emergency. Now we're going to do this in a limited form, so it's going to be using the camping mode function that's already built in our GEELY, but the camping mode function, which many probably have used, requires that your device has a plug, like a kettle or a toaster or something, microwave oven, that you can plug into the GEELY extension lead. That is an option. One of the problems is if you want to actually run say a wall air conditioner or something that's built into your home wiring that doesn't have a power cord on it, then you are required to wire in a changeover switch, which will allow the air conditioner, for example, to be switched between your normal mains power and the GEELY. Now there's an Australian standard that covers this. It's been around for years. It's the Australian New Zealand standard that's 3000-2018, I believe. And that covers single phase generators and things being plugged into a main circuit in your home. This requires that you do have a qualified electrician because you do the wiring, because you are actually changing part of the home wiring. But it's not a big job and it works very well. So I'll just cover it so quickly. To go into camping mode, for those that haven't done it, you go into your apps, you pick camping mode. A bit hard doing this left-handed. And we enter that. And we pick PowerShare. And in PowerShare, we can scroll through a number of things. We can control how much power is going to be left in the vehicle. So you can say, I want 50% left, which is going to give me 248 kilometers travel for the next day. Or in my case, I just put it right down to 20, because in the case of an emergency, that's fairly important. Then we're going to select vehicle to device PowerShare. And in there, we can control also, I didn't point that out, but how much current we actually draw. And you can go up to a maximum of 32 amps. In my case, I usually run around 16 amps. And you can just control that with a slider here. And once it's connected, and if your cable's plugged in, you'll see all those little electrons happily zipping out of the car down the cable to whatever device you've plugged in. I'll just go outside and show you an example of how it's been wired in at our house. It works very well. So just let me go out. So the actual plug is plugged into this little box here. Let me get a picture of that. And when it's plugged in, you have the capability. The only addition that you have to do is add this little changeover box, which is up here. And that allows you to switch between your home power, your mains, and the little GEELY. And it has the appropriate earth leakage and all the safety devices built in it, which are required under the standard. Now, what happens in our case is we've decided that in order to be comfortable in case of a power outage, just go in here, we run two appliances. So here's a Fujitsu inverter air conditioner, which comfortably runs for 16 amps with no problems. And that will cool one room of our house in case of an emergency. And then the other thing that we have done is added a dedicated 15 amp power outlet, which is only active when it's plugged into the EV. So this means we can actually plug in devices like our refrigerator or a little induction cooktop or something in the case of an extended power outage. And that should keep us very comfortable in a situation like that. Anyway, I hope this helps people understand, and it's a great little feature, and I can highly recommend it. Works very well, and it is limited to 32 amps, so you can't, power an awful lot of things in your house, but it's a very useful tool, and you have it automatically in your vehicle anyway. Thank you.